So as we approach Double Beach, you can see off to the left, or to the port side, is St Omar, and you can see a big building on the shore that used to be a schoolhouse, and over to the right hand side of the frame is the rest of the Kenepuru Sounds, where it goes round to Portage.
We are pulling up to the bay in very calm conditions and have the bay to ourselves. This spot is usually a lot busier in summer months, with small boats, kayakers, campers, picnickers, and of course sailboats and cruisers like us on anchor. Many bays feel quite remote in the Sounds, so if you're looking for company, this is a great spot. Likewise, if you get it to yourself, it's pretty special too. David is dropping anchor, making sure our swing circle keeps us well clear of the orange and black ski lane marker buoys. When anchoring next to a ski lane, remember the 5-knot rule does not apply to these lanes when they are towing someone, so expect wake waves.
There we go. Welcome to Double Beach, and this is why we love coming here. That sunset, look at that. How's that for a view? So one of the reasons why we love this place so much is the beach. Over here you can see golden sand. There's not a whole lot of mussels or sharp rocks. It's quite pleasant. You can walk on it in bare feet, which is quite a rare thing in the Kenepuru Sound. And it's shallow, shelves off, and then gets really deep. So we're anchoring in about 6-7 meters of water. Towards the beach you have a couple 3 meters at the end of the low tide where it's still quite shallow, and then boom, goes down deep. Now over here we've got a walking track, and the walking track sort of loops around the whole bay, goes over the hill and comes out on the other side, the Double Beach. So over here also is a ski lane, which in the middle of summer is very busy and makes for quite a rocky rolly anchorage, but now off shoulder season through the rest of the winter, this is our favourite place because no one's here, no one's skiing, and it's just so calm. This is normal for Double Beach. Check this out. Perfectly orientated towards the sunset. This is one of the best anchorages we've found in terms of holding. The mud here is so sticky and firm. We've never dragged anchor. We've been here in 40 knots and felt safe as houses. Just love it. This is perfect.
Double Beach is loved by visitors and locals alike. Over the years we've been exploring these sounds, we've met several local families in the area, and they all have different names for this bay. One of the best being Tractor Bay, after a tractor that was parked up here for a very long time. Names for these bays can be a little confusing. As you row the tender to the shore, you will see a Department of Conservation sign for the Ferndale Scenic Reserve. On the charts, however, Ferndale is about 5 bays to the east. As well as beautiful beaches and clear water and epic sunsets, this bay also offers a fabulous walking trail. Here's Maya. which also has a campsite and several great places that you can pitch a tent. Here's a picnic table. Here are campsites down one end of the beach. Under the big tree there's another spot where you can pitch a tent too. So this 10-minute walk just takes you from one beach to the other side. So we're going to go there and back because when the tide is high you will have to do some swimming to get back. And it seems we have found a beehive.
So many bees.
This track goes to Long Bay, but it is no longer maintained, as you'll see with the sign. So the loop track, which goes just 10 minutes over the hill to the second half of this bay, is this way. We discovered fantails in this bay are very friendly. We were followed by this little guy for the entire walk, and he would land on any sticks we held out for him. Landed on Maya's branch. Wow. These little cuties might seem tame, but they are simply after the insects that we disturb as we move through the bush. Since you can only get to this track by a boat, we were not surprised we didn't bump into anyone else. It did take us longer than 15 minutes, but not due to the difficulty of the track, but purely because of the multiple stops we took to admire the view and the bird life. And through the trees we can see the ski lane side of the beach. And here we are at the ski lane side of the beach, and here's another couple of campsites. Picnic table. Walking down to the water, you can see just how clear it is and see why this is such a popular swimming beach. There's our boat. This is the ski lane side of the bay. Max is going to swim around and get the tender because he doesn't want to have to walk back. So here he is. And Alex is trying to co-steer his way around.
So once you have walked the track around the bay, the loop track, you end up coming out on the other side of Double Beach, which is split in half by this headland. So if you've done what we've done and taken the tender over to the start of the track, then you end up having to make a decision. Do you walk back, or do you do as Alex is doing, which is some rock climbing? So he's halfway along. Max is swimming. And Hayley and Maya are chilling, waiting for the boys to do the hard work and go and recover the tender and go and pick them up, I guess. In any weather, rain or shine, or even fog, we keep coming back here. And when we have friends on board, it is always included in the itinerary and always a highlight of the entire trip. The swimming here is first class, and being so deep into the inner sounds, you feel very safe in the water, as the fishing is very average for everyone and everything, if you know what I mean. Right, so baystays info, talking about the holding here. I can never get sick of talking about the holding here because it's my favourite spot to anchor, simply because of the mud. So already we're having to clean the chain. We've got the last little bit coming out. And as you can see, nice, sticky, compact mud. This place, we've managed to ride out 30 knots on anchor quite happily here, even though there's rocks and a reef over there, quite close. Have absolutely all of the trust in the sticking power of this mud and our ground tackle setup. You get awesome protection from the northerlies, the southerlies, the southeasterlies. There is a little bit of katabatic wind that comes in over that ridge occasionally, but really, unless it's blowing a hard nor'wester, this is a great place for all sorts of conditions. So that's what we're talking about, that level of stickiness. Honestly, it's the best holding ever.
As Sophia turns off the anchor alarm, we say farewell to Double Beach, knowing full well we will be back again soon for that sunset view, sandy beach and clear water on a perfect Marlborough Sounds day. We hope you've enjoyed our baystays look at Double Beach in the Kenepuru Sounds. Cruise over to our website knotnauti.nz and check out the baystays section to learn a little more about Double Beach and start exploring the Marlborough Sounds one bay at a time.